Read between the lines is on. Come and get read.
Okay. We good, money. What's good, y'all?
Hi, how are you?
No Mercy.
Happy
Beautiful.
Thanksgiving. For those of you who are still eating your leftovers, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we just finished having leftovers.
Yes.
Probably gonna have leftovers for another couple of days.
Exactly.
We ain't gonna do it too long, though. You can't have leftovers for like a week straight. Like, y'all be bugging.
You can.
Nah. That means you ain't have enough people over at your house to eat all the food.
Well, growing up, it was always myself and my mother.
Okay.
For a very long time until the rest of my family came from wherever they decided to come from. Mm-hmm. So it was just for me and my mom. And at the time, we were every Thanksgiving, I think I ate the turkey for about 1.5 weeks.
That's crazy.
So we had everything from turkey and pasta to turkey. My mom found a way to make turkey meatballs with the rest of the turkey.
At that point, you pretty much just like adding it to your other food. Like, you can't just have straight leftovers. Like, you got to be having stuff from outside that you might have cooked and then adding the leftovers to it.
Yeah, so it was something like that. And then the last meal was always soup.
Okay.
It was always some kind of soup that had remnants of turkey or like just the flavorings of the turkey. So it might have been like the bones that we boiled down and everything.
Okay.
But
we always had like every Thanksgiving with us. It was a big situation. Like if we had it at my house, everybody came over, cousins, aunts, uncles, everybody. Like there'd be people and it'd be all the adults in the living room, all the kids in my room. Everybody, we broke the bed one time playing around.
Oh, you broke the bed.
Yeah, we was wilding. We was in there play wrestling and all kinds of, yeah. We was
wilding. Oh my gosh. I can just imagine your mom coming in and just saying, what in the world are you guys doing?
Oh, nah, they was sick. You know, the funny thing is, we still was wilding afterwards.
I swear, you are a complete...
I know.
I don't want to say the word because I'm trying to keep this PG.
Shout out Elliot, Timmy, Jovan, Shafon, Devon, all my family that, you know, we used to be wilding. But it used to always be a lot of us, so that's why we never always have food for that long. Like, we might have it, I'll say the max is like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
But even, you know, after that, like, if we did have it for more days than that, it would be like that mixed with whatever my uncle decided to cook or whatever.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
So.
But, so jumping from Thanksgiving, I know a lot of you guys who didn't even sit at the table. You guys were probably in line looking for the biggest deals today because it is Black Friday.
Yeah, I had so much fun yesterday. I forgot all about Black Friday. Like,
Black Friday is honestly, I'm gonna say Black Friday is Black November because some of the deals they start a little bit earlier than normal. So now this year I feel like it's Black November. It's not just a day anymore. It's a week. It's like 2 weeks. I hope everyone was safe out there getting all the deals. I know I got a few deals and I did all Black Friday shopping on my phone, on the internet.
You bought stuff?
Yes, I did.
What you bought?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
when the deliveries come, you will see. But I was smart. I stayed in because it's super cold in New York.
Yeah.
So
it was below 20 last night. I was like, oh nah.
So I was not going to be outside in the cold. So I stayed in and I did my Black Friday shopping online.
Okay.
But the only thing is, if it was a little bit warmer, I would have went just for the experience of saying, okay, I went out, I ventured out.
But you've done it before, so it's like...
Yeah, one year I stood in line, I finished having Thanksgiving dinner, and then I went outside and I said, you know what? Let me go and get my mom this laptop that she really wanted. So I stood in line in front of Best Buy at Green Acres Mall, for those of you who are familiar with that area. And I stood there waiting. And I waited on a long line. And I'm like, is this what we Americans are doing now with ourselves? We're standing in line waiting for appliances. And then at 5 a.m. it finally opened. I went in, got my my laptop for my mother, and I left. And my feet were hurting me, and I had to go to work in a few hours after I got home. So
Damn.
I was tired as all hell going to work. So I learned my lesson, and now, thankfully, for online shopping, Black Friday is really good on the internet because you get the same deals.
Man, don't do Black Friday. I do not do no Black Friday. I'm not standing on nobody's line. When I was working at Bronx Terminal Market, if y'all know the Gateway Mall over there by Yankee Stadium, this is the thing. I actually worked there the first year that it was built. So I got to see Black Friday from a first-hand experience, like not being familiar, never having stood on a Black Friday line. And I had to work the mall during Black Friday. Like I was a supervisor. So like supervisor the whole mall type shit. So I'm the one that has to arrange the security. I got to work with NYPD to set up the barricades and stuff like that. I got to position certain guards by different stores because you got Best Buy, you got Bed Bath & Beyond, you got Target, you got Home Depot, you got BJ's, you got Toys R Us. Mm-hmm. And the lines for those stores was crazy. I mean, like, all right, right here you got where the stores is at, right? Mm-hmm. Then you walk over the bridge, you got the parking lot. Now, Best Buy was on, let's say it's on this side, right? The line wrapped all the way to the end of the walkway in front of Marshall's and Bed Bath & Beyond. It came around the little corner in the walkway by the elevator. It came back down into the parking lot and damn near almost wrapped back around to Best Buy.
Wow.
And we had to be in charge of all of that. Like, it was people getting kicked off the line for trying to skip and different stuff like that. Like, it was crazy. And that was my first time, like, really dealing with Black Friday. Well, that capacity.
Sounds a little bit too extreme. I would never do that again. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and experience for me. Never doing it again. But waiting in line for all of that is ridiculous because...
Not to mention we had to deal with the news people. Because remember, this is the mall first time being open during Black Friday. So you got ABC and all these other news companies. Yeah. We had to tell them, yo, you can't stand right here. That day was, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that day was crazy for me. And remember, I had worked from 3 to 11. Remember, I had been there the whole day. I worked from 3 to 11. Then I did the overnight. And I got off at 7 and had to come back at 3 o'clock.
That is crazy.
I left. The stores was fucked up, like as far as like all the merchandise and everything being around. When I came back, the mall was a complete mess.
Wow. Like
the cleaning company, I know they had their work cut out for them that day.
Yeah, and of course, I worked at Walmart at Green Acres. Woo. That was a wonderful experience out there. Black Friday. All you little Valley streamers and Rosedalers and all of you guys. Beautiful job, guys. As soon as the doors opened, it was as if we were giving away gold and there was money galore in there.
That's crazy.
The only Black Friday I want is a Black Friday that if I pay my bills today, then I get them 75% off.
That'll be fire.
That would be perfect. So, Toyota, let's get this popping.
Yo, I can't imagine working retail around Black Friday because I've had retail jobs, like when I worked at Conway on 3rd Avenue, but I don't think Black Friday was really a huge thing at the time. Or if it was, they wasn't coming in there for no real coming. Yeah. I mean, it's a cheap store anyway. Like, you go and try to get, $7 off of a $10 skirt? Like, shit is already $10. Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, if it's like a TV that costs like $1,000 and just today it's going to be $500, 50% off. you're standing in line for that TV because you're saving $500. You can put that $500 and you can get 2 TVs.
Yeah.
And you be good, especially if it's a name brand like a Samsung or a Sony, like something like that. But if you're going to a store what's crazy is some of the deals that they have, like Bath and Body Works, they have deals. They had a deal today where you would buy 3 items and get 2 for free.
Wow.
And they have something similar to that year round. So It's not like it's a big thing. The only thing that's different about today is the fact that they give you like a free tote bag. Okay. This is all free advertisement for Bath and Body Works right now. But yeah, they give you a nice tote bag
Make sure y'all cut that check.
That's like $116 worth of products.
Jesus.
And if you spend $30, you get the bag for $30 versus the $116.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that's different. Other than that, like these stores are getting you with the same things that they've had year round. Yeah. And me, I look at all of the shopping patterns and all of their sales tactics over the years, and I'm like, okay, they've had this sale before, but now they just add like maybe 5% more on it. Or it's just like more departments are included in the discounts. And it's not like just certain departments. But they've had these sales. So essentially you could do your whole Black Friday shopping year round.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's enough Black Friday. We covered that in the last episode.
Yes.
So let's get on the stuff that's been going on. What you want to talk about?
6ix9ine.
Oh man.
Yes, Mr. Tekashi, Danny Martinez, Rodriguez.
Yo, you are gonna come off so racist to Spanish people. It's Daniel Hernandez.
Daniel Hernandez. I'm sorry. I knew that there was a Tez at the end.
You knew his name was Juan Pablo or some other.
Yeah, I knew it was somebody. Jose Cuervo. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I love Spanish people. I love Dominicans, Puerto Ricans.
Especially y'all music. You go in the bodega and you be hearing
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'll be in there jamming sometimes.
You're gonna sound a bit racist.
Man, listen. But yeah, it's unfortunate. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't want to go into too much detail because it's just one of those situations where it's like, damn. Like he fires his whole team, but it's like it's one of those things where you couldn't get away soon enough. Like if you would have fired your whole team a bit earlier, maybe you could have skated. But it's like now, it's like nah.
And honestly, I was reading an article today that his lawyer had put out that he really is not the type, and he doesn't live the lifestyle that he raps about. And, the kind of lifestyle that he raps about is not something that that's not really him.
Yeah, he's not a gangster. He's just an entertainer.
Yeah.
And I believe that because first of all, he don't look like nobody that ever did none of the wild shit that he be talking about. Like, he really come off as somebody who he talk how he talk because of the people that's around him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just what that is. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel like for that to be his character, he does go a little bit too far trying to be tough. But, it is what it is, man. If you got the people around you that's going to hold you down while you're doing this tough stuff, then do you. But when it gets to a point where it's like you got people in your camp betraying you, you got people in your camp that's like moving in the streets and they doing stuff that you really don't need to be attached to, that's when you got to re-examine your circle and say, yo, I got to get niggas away from me. Mm-hmm. And I understood the whole, firing everybody because you just in that emotional state where you're like, yo, I don't know who to trust. I got the booking agency with their hand deep in my pocket. I got my ex-management that just tried to kidnap me. So it's like, you don't know who to trust.
It's crazy because he has a huge following right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people are big supporters. A lot of celebrities have endorsed him. And,
Well, no, let's not say a lot of celebrities because celebrities don't endorse him. That's actually what he is upset about. 50 the only one that endorsed him, and that's because they both petty.
Yeah, but again, he has a following.
Yeah,
he has a
most
following.
certainly.
But at the end of the day, it's really unfortunate that he is in this situation.
Yeah.
And coming from like an environment where you're not who you say you are, and that is why it's really important for you to practice what you are preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't say that you are a gangster, and then when stuff happens,
That's gangster.
You have your lawyer doing like a mea culpa, saying, no, I'm not really like that. I'm just rapping. I really am a good kid. These tattoos on my face are temporary. They can wash off and I can put them back on like, no, you gotta stand by whatever you're putting out there. The energy that you're putting out to the world is what you're going to get back.
Yeah.
And that is what we're seeing. We're seeing like the perfect storm of everything that he's ever said and done in his lyrics and everything, and all his little his posts and everything. Now this is what it is, and he has to be prepared for that.
And there's a lot of people. Let me say this too about how people think him going to jail is a joke and stuff like that. Let me tell you. Me personally, I don't find it funny that he's going to jail, aside from the fact that when you look at the pictures of the people who have RICO cases, 6ix9ine's picture is going to be on there now. Next to people like Pablo Escobar, Tookie Williams, and, all these other people that have had these huge profile things on their resume. It's like he's looking like a big shot now. And even those people are probably seeing this and laughing at him like, who the fuck is this kid with rainbow hair? And like, you can look at him and tell he's not of that magnitude, and I don't find it funny that he's going to jail, but you have a lot of people that are laughing, and there's some people that it's kind of like rightfully so, like people that he might have offended, with his trolling and stuff like that, like, yo, those people are going to laugh at your demise, and that's just one of the things that happen. Like, some people just have those instances where you have to accept certain people is going to laugh at, the situation that you're in. So hopefully he get out of that.
But I really hope that it works out, and I really feel bad for his daughter and his mother. No mother should see their son being locked up, and no daughter should have to be raised without their father. And it's too much of that going on in the hood as it is. To add on to another daughter who's not going to have their formative years.
Hold on. Because I think it paused. All right. But,
another daughter is not going to have
her father
around during their formative years.
See graduations and going to school, and like, that's important that people be there. So, I understand hustling and getting money is, one of those things that you do to really progress your finances and all that. But like they say, fast money leads to a fast life. You feel me? So, it's a catch-22 with it. It can do positive things for your finances, but at the same time, if things get hectic like how they are now, then all that could come crashing down. You know what I mean? So salute to 6ix9ine. Hope he get through this. And, when he get out, hopefully he continue on the good path, doing his music and just, doing his thing. And even if you're going to do the trolling, like, that's all entertainment, but just stay away from the other bullshit out there in the streets. You feel me? So that's really all I got to say about that.
All right. So I guess we can go into my favorite topic, which is politics.
Oh, God.
Yes, we're going to talk about Trump a little bit more. But this time, this is a little... out of all the stuff that he's done so far in his presidency, I have taken offense to a lot of the stuff. And I say every day, there's nothing that he can do when I wake up the next day that I'm going to be shocked and appalled by. And then I wake up the next day and he does something and I'm like, whoa. So we all know about the journalist that got killed in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
So now America has always, regardless of how messed up in certain other issues we have always had everyone else's interest at heart.
Okay.
And if it was a human rights, how should I say this? If something happened to anyone in another country,
that's why it's like the people and the rights of the humans.
Yes.
And stuff. Okay.
We always stood up for that person. So for the president of this country, of these United States, to say that he will still support the Saudi Arabian government, even after they killed in the most horrendous fashion a journalist, I think there's something innately wrong with him mentally that needs to be addressed immediately. Because you cannot say that, okay, this journalist who just got killed, and you're not even willing to hear the audio of the killing, just so it can tug a little bit at your heartstrings so that you can see that you being in business with these people. And that's another thing. Saudi Arabia has been lining Trump's pockets since he began his, real estate company. Mm-hmm. So, of course, he's going to say that the Saudis are really good people, that they're not going to do anything wrong to hurt anyone, this, that, and the third. They're really fine people. He's always saying that they're fine people. But at the end of the day, they're killing people, and he's still lining his pockets. His pockets are still being lined by the Saudis. This is all about money.
Of course it is.
Screw people who are hardworking American citizens being killed. He doesn't care about that. All he cares about is what is going in his bank account.
But this is the thing. When hasn't Trump been about that?
But as president, no, it's okay for him to be like that. It's okay, but not as the president of the United States.
I think him being president of the United States is still a business move.
And it shouldn't be. There are laws that are in place that as soon as, if you have a business and you become the president of the United States, you have to basically excommunicate yourself from your own company for the 4 years that you are in office. Now, if you can, and you need to provide proof of that. Now that, he came into office, there are certain people that he said, you know what, I'm not going to show you that I'm not running my business anymore.
But even if he chooses to, let me give you something. Yo, Kenneth, yo, Jermaine, I'm about to be president for these next 4 or 8 years. Hold my business down. Bingo. Trump is big enough of a celebrity to where his name carries himself. So when he does leave presidency and he goes back to businesses, he doesn't lose a step. He doesn't have to build his brand back up or anything. He is Donald Trump.
But at the same time, how can you look at the American people? How can you look at your base? His base, middle of America, the area of like Montana, South Dakota, all of the red states of this country. All of you guys, I just want to know, if any of you happen to come across this video, answer me this question. How do you look at yourselves in the mirror supporting this man?
Because they're just like he is. Insensitive. And don't care about anything else aside from their pockets.
Like, some of them don't even have the funds. Some of them are living in trailer parks.
Of course.
But yet Trump is good in your book, right?
But see, that's the thing when it comes to business. Like certain people like Trump, he's hard up business wise. When I say hard up, I mean like he don't care about anything else outside of that. He's not trying to show no emotion. He's just trying to get money. And you got to understand that there's people who are like this that are in power that don't care about the people. It's not just Trump. It's the people that's up in Congress. What people call is the quote unquote Illuminati, which really isn't, but it's just the people who are in control of the world. Like they're not worried about the shit that's going on with the people. They worried about lining their pockets.
And that's really crazy. So who's going to be looking after ourselves? Who's going to be looking after us?
We have to. We can't leave the people in the hands of the government. Like us as a people have to really govern ourselves and really like. That's why I say like when all of these killings and stuff like that happen, stop looking for celebrities and shit like that to speak on it. Like, okay, if you speak on it, cool, but don't rely on it because at the end of the day, they're not in these cars getting pulled over and getting shot. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like they live in completely different lives. They in different tax brackets. They in their little nice houses. Mm-hmm. And not really in the field like we are, where we have to really deal with this shit on a first-hand basis. So we have to be the ones to really govern ourselves and really, try to create some type of thing where we can have an understanding amongst each other as a people of just to chill the fuck out. That's really all it comes down to. All these difficult laws and all that other shit that people be trying to make, no, everybody just need to chill. Everybody need to smoke some weed, relax, stop trying to be negative all the time, and just chill out and enjoy life.
Speaking of smoking the marijuana, I really hope and pray that it does get legalized sometime soon in New York, and that we do have something called restorative justice. So that for all the people who are sitting on Rikers Island, who are sitting in all the jails around New York right now, just because of a little weed, you can't make...
You mean like the people that's still sitting in because of the weed, but when the law get changed for them to get out and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that with an Uber driver, and I was saying like, yo, that should really be a thing. Because it's like, okay, when people get locked up based off weed, right? You're getting locked up because even by law, it's considered to be a harmful substance. Mm-hmm. So when we're doing all these tests now and we say, okay, weed actually isn't harmful, nobody's getting killed by weed, and that's your reasoning for making it legal, it's like, okay, let the niggas out who've been getting locked up for weed because now it's proven that it's not a harmful substance. And so why are people still serving time over that? And
I just find it to be a racial justice issue.
Of course.
Because, now if you look at the majority of the dispensaries in Colorado and California, they're being run by white people. Mm-hmm. And where are all the brothers and the Latinos who are selling it back in the days? They're stuck in jail.
Yeah.
So now all these white people have essentially taken over and said, oh, thank you for starting the trend for us. And we're going to take it from here and we're just going to keep you locked up. And we're going to be doing the same thing that you were doing, but legally. And we're going to be advertising it to the whole world that, this is our business and everything. But yet, essentially, Black African Americans, Latinos, we started that blueprint. We set it up on how to move the product, what kind of the grading system for weed. Mm-hmm. Everything that weed is today was essentially brought to the forefront by African Americans, by Latinos.
By the urban community, pretty much.
Exactly. And that's something that's been going on for centuries, where a Black person or a Latino will come up with a nice idea, and the next thing you know, John Smith is now the freaking CEO of the company of the same thing that the Black man just made.
Man,
so I have an issue with that.
So I've been getting locked up and I'm sitting in jail. Like, imagine somebody doing a real hard time for weed, and they sitting in jail right now, and they watching, yo, all this shit getting legalized. Yo, I'm gonna need PC or something. Like, they gonna have to break me off a month after me.
Exactly. Like, at least pay us some royalties or
put me on, set me up with some work so I could make some money back or something like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And you know what's the ultimate disrespect would be?
What?
If the drug dealer comes out of prison and goes back to their block, right, where they were selling the weed, and there's a freaking dispensary. I'm like, yo, I got arrested right here for selling the same thing that these people are selling. And
that was a dispensary.
Yeah. Oh, that would be
I call the police on them. Like, yo, police, I got locked up for doing this. Yo, come get these guys out of here, man.
Like, that's crazy. But, we got to do better here in New York. Yeah. New York should be the forefront. And there's a lot of people getting high, and might as well. We have the tallest buildings. We might as well reach those heights.
Yeah, hopefully legalize weed and give the cops a reason to start go to Dunkin' Donuts, have y'all hot chocolate and some donuts or something and chill. Like, I don't know where the stereotype of cops fucking with donuts came from, but that's what y'all need to do. That need to be y'all hobby. Like, stop locking niggas up.
We'll probably do some research and bring you guys the answer on our next episode with that one.
Yeah, with the donuts and police stereotype.
I think it's more so the coffee, because Dunkin' Donuts is always open.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
It's coffee and donuts. That's where it originated.
And guys, we can't call it Dunkin' Donuts anymore. It's just Dunkin'. Okay?
Since when?
Since this month. Dunkin' Donuts is no longer Dunkin' Donuts. It's just Dunkin'.
I went to Dunkin' Donuts yesterday and they still had a Dunkin' Donuts sign. Like,
okay, they're going to take off the sign. How about your cup? Did your cup change?
I don't even remember. Yo, I had a sticker joint on the side of my hot chocolate and I threw the cup away. Damn. I might have won like a free donut or something like that.
Well, listen.
Hopefully a cop pick it up and that way he got time to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
But yeah, it's called Dunkin' now, so
okay.
They're shortening it, making everything a little bit shorter for everyone.
All right, cool. What's next on the list that we said we wanted to talk about? All the music that dropped yesterday.
Yeah,
even though you ain't hear none of it.
Listen, I listened to the originators, okay? Cameron, Jewels, and Jim Jones. My boo, Jim Jones.
The Upstage, J.R. Ryder, 40 Cal, and Hell Rap.
Whatever.
Listen, it was two Dipset albums we got on Thanksgiving. We got Diplomatic Ties, Cam, Jewels, Jim Jones, which was good. I like the music. My favorite joint is the joint with Locks. I thought that was a dope record. But then I look online and I see somebody post, yo, J.R. Ryder, Hell Rell, and 40 Cal got an album out. I'm like, what? I go to my title, the joint is right there. It's called The Upstage. It's like 8 tracks and they all fire. You feel me? Like, I felt like they had the Upstage. I felt like that was better than Diplomatic Ties. But you got to understand, like, I come from the mixtape scene where J.R. Ryder, Hell Rell, and 40 Cal was the hungrier guys anyway. So they still got that hunger. Like, it's really back. Like, it's really how they supposed to sound. So I rock what they take.
Okay. So in the interest of being fair, in the interest of being how should I say this? I don't want to seem biased. I am going to definitely take a listen to it, and I'll let you know how I feel about it. But I'm telling you right now, nothing can compare to Jim Jones, Jewels, and Cam.
Jim Jones,
I love me some Jimmy. I'm sorry, Chrissy. I love Jimmy. I'm sorry, babe.
You love me some Jimmy, don't you?
Yes, I love Jim Jones.
You ain't catch the Jimmy reference, but okay.
I'm done.
But yeah. They project was cool. I mean, for some guys at their age to still be doing it like that, I'm like, okay, they still kind of got it. You feel what I'm saying?
What do you mean at their age?
Guys in their 40s.
So age ain't nothing but a number.
I know.
All right.
Jay-Z 50 and still able to rap. So.
Jay-Z can rap circles around all these young cats right now.
Not everybody, but okay.
All right, Jay will always
He
be
still
the
took
king.
that loss to Eminem on Renegade. So
He one record, and where's he at right now?
Eminem's still popping.
Jay-Z's still popping. Jay-Z will forever be popping.
Yeah, he is. He
All
gonna
right.
forever be popping. You're right about that.
All right. So,
being that the phone battery is about to die, I wish I would have charged it more before we start recording. Last topic. Make sure y'all check out the Creed 2 soundtrack by Mike Will made it. It's a lot of dope records on there. They did a dope job of blending score music with trap music. Like, it's really a dope project. Like, crazy. Album of the year for me. You know what I mean? One more topic real quick.
I guess we could talk about the cold weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Global warming is live and direct, and you may not realize this because it's cold, and you know the word global warming is part of. But we got to really start doing our part right now to protect the environment, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Because now, in the cold and everything with the global warming, is thawing out a lot of like the old diseases. That's why people are like, yo, why is there like a measles outbreak?
Oh, okay.
When measles is supposed to be like quote unquote like back in the day. But
so what the hell? That shit is frozen. Like, it's diseases frozen in the ice.
it's like a lot of the stuff that used to, like a lot of plagues that were back in the days, really back in the days, because the ground is becoming so very warm, it's bringing stuff back up.
Okay.
So you may see in the near future certain diseases that you read about in history books come back up.
Wow.
So, you know, we got to do what we can to protect the environment, because if we don't, then all these like cold snaps and all of these wildfires and all of these things are going to, you know, come back.
Okay. Well, that was this week's episode of RBTL. I'll make sure to have my phone fully charged before we record.
Yes,
again.
please.
That way we don't got to cut short. And we'll be back. We'll be back soon. We're gonna be recording a little bit on a regular. Like I said, I gotta get my camera back, and so we can start, you know, doing our 4K thing. You know what I mean?
Yay, 4K. So buy your TV so you can watch this in 4K.
I'm not mixing down in 4K. Them shits are still gonna be 1080p, but they're gonna be clear as a motherfucker. So yeah, read between the lines. Hashtag. Hit me on Twitter. Let me know what topics y'all want to see us discussing. And we will see y'all soon. We'll probably record within the next, maybe a couple of days or so.
Yeah.
You know, so enjoy your holidays. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving and good Black Friday. And we'll see y'all soon.
All right. Bye, everyone.
NoMercyTV.com. Hashtag RBTL. Read between the lines. And we out of here. Peace.
Read between the lines is on. Come and get read.